After WandaVision was said and done, I don't know who in their right mind was asking and clamoring for an Agatha Harkness spinoff. But after watching the first 2 episodes, my God, am I glad they asked. And welcome to my Safe Gayven, everybody. Thank you guys so much for clicking on another video here on the Black Gay Comic Geek channel. But if this is your first time checking out one of my videos and checking out the channel, let me introduce myself. My name is Michael. I call myself the Black Gay Comic Geek. And I always say the things that I love to talk about on my channel has blood, sex, gore, and magic, or any variation of the four. So I like to talk about superheroes, comic books, fantasy, and of course I like to talk about black representation and queer representation. So if that's something that you're interested in, if you think representation matters, if you think representation equals normalization, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, become one of my Safe Gayveners. Guys, I am like this close to hitting 9,000 subscribers. I've been wanting to say the Vegeta meme for the longest, since I joined YouTube in 2019. You know, it's over 9,000, so I'm close to hitting 9,000, and let's get over 9,000. So you could do me a favor and help me get that milestone by, if you're watching, hitting that subscribe button. But you can also help push this video and push my channel out there in general by helping with the YouTube algorithm, by hitting that like button. It'll really, really help, again, push my video, this particular video, and just my channel in general, so more eyes can get on my video and more eyes can subscribe to my channel, so I can finally do the Vegeta meme. I can also grow beyond 9,000. I can get to 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, 1 billion subscribers. Wishful thinking. But with that said, guys, we are here to talk about Agatha All Along, the spiritual successor, or the successor to WandaVision. And I actually got to see the first 2 episodes yesterday. They actually dropped tonight, September 18th, on Disney+. I believe the first 2 episodes dropped tonight. But thank you, Disney, for allowing me to see the first 2 episodes early. So with that, this is going to be a non-spoiler review because technically the episode isn't out yet. It comes out late, in a couple more hours. But with that said, let's talk about the first 2 episodes of Agatha All Along. The synopsis is: set after the events of WandaVision, Agatha Harkness recruits some unlikely allies on her quest to regain her former powers. And this show is starring Catherine Hahn, Joe Locke, who most people know from Heartstopper, Patti LuPone, Sasheer Zamata, Aubrey Plaza, and others. So if you've been following like the movie, entertainment, blogosphere, news, you know this show went through like many different name incarnations. It was called like Agatha Coven of Chaos, Agatha Darkhold Chronicles, The Lying Witch with Good Wardrobe, or something along those lines. And apparently, at first I was like, they don't know what this show is gonna be about, but then it came out that that was all like a marketing ploy with regards to the show, but I was just like, I don't get what you're trying to market. But regardless, the show settled on the fact that it's called Agatha All Along. And I gotta say, like I mentioned in the intro, who was really checking for an Agatha show? But out of 2 episodes, and granted, it's only 2 episodes, there's 9 episodes total. Don't know how the rest of the 9 episodes are gonna play, but I like this show so far. I really enjoy Agatha All Along so far. Out of I would say, out of all the Disney Plus shows, this show is probably my favorite 2 episodes. Just 2 episodes. Again, I'm not saying my favorite series, but favorite 2 episodes. Before this, I would say WandaVision was still my favorite of the Disney Plus shows. But this is kind of overtaking WandaVision, and very similar to WandaVision. It does, especially the first episode, it does lend itself to like certain television sitcom errors. And so being that, spoilers for, I guess, WandaVision, which was like 3 years ago, but we know that once WandaVision became the Scarlet Witch and came into her power, she trapped Agatha in the mind of the nosy neighbor, Agnes. And so once we pick up with Agatha, we still see her in that mindset. But the difference is this time she's a cop, she's a detective. And so the show starts as like almost a detective murder mystery. And so then we eventually see her break out of that. So it starts off kind of like WandaVision, where it starts off slow in the sense of like we're just getting like a detective show, but we know there's something more to that. But because we already had WandaVision, we established where the show is going, you kind of already know, or you're in for the ride and the intrigue of where it's going, because even the murder mystery that starts at the beginning of the show, it's kind of tied to everything that's going on with the MCU, or at least we hope it is. My predictions, at least I hope it is, based on where the show ends. And so for some people, it might start off as a little slow because you're just like, okay, we already know she's gonna break out of the spell, just get to it. But for me, I was interested, I was intrigued, because there was also kind of like WandaVision, a little moments of strangeness where people were like, are you sure this is who you really are? Are you really Agnes? And so there's moments of that. And again, if you're familiar with WandaVision, you know what those moments represent. And so it was cool to see Kath. And then also, like, this show is very adult. I would say more adult than most of the Disney Plus shows that we've seen in terms of like sexual references. Like, they mentioned Kegels. She says, eat my ass. Catherine Hahn is naked in one of the scenes and one of the moments. I was just like, oh, so this is definitely not for kids. Obviously, we're not seeing like vag and breasts. It's still Disney at the end of the day. But even still, I was just like, this is Disney. We're talking Kegels? Like, what's going on? I'm here for it. And I guess that goes into, because Catherine Hahn, Aubrey Plaza, Sasheer Zamata, Joe Locke, all of them are like really pushing and emphasizing how gay this show is, and basically saying it's the gayest MCU movie television show. And I would say yes, in the sense of like, it's gay in the sense of like, I feel like it will really appeal to like, not the same audience, because these audiences are way older, but like the same way gays really love the Golden Girls, in the sense of like, you have these fabulous women that are witches, and the fashion and the fact that they're very sassy and, you know, snippy with each other and things like that. You also have the character of Joe Locke, who is an openly gay actor, playing an openly gay character. So there's that as well. And then also this idea of witches being outcast, and then them coming together to form this coven, this idea of a found family. So in that aspect, it's very queer in their themes, but it's not queer in the sense of like, yeah, you have Joe Locke playing an openly gay character, but part of me is wondering, are we going to see him have a kiss, a same-sex kiss in the show? Because they reference that he has a boyfriend, but it's only a reference. There's one scene in the show, and this is a non-spoiler review. This doesn't tell you anything about the plot, so this is not a spoiler, but there's one scene that he gets a phone call from his boyfriend, and you see a picture of the boyfriend, and then on the phone, it says Boyf, B-O-Y-F. So it doesn't even spell the full boyfriend. It just says Boyf. And that's their way of saying, hey guys, he has a boyfriend, he's gay. But I'm just like, they can't even spell, like, first of all, who puts boyfriend, even if he spelled the whole word out, who puts boyfriend in their phone? They put the name of the person, or maybe they put like a pet. I guess maybe you could say that's a pet name, but I'm just like, that was dumb. And then I'm just like, and then also, are we gonna ever get to see this character, Boyf? Or is it just their way of saying, hey, this character is gay. Hey, representation, give us representation points, guys. Or like them pushing that it's the gayest Marvel show, but then it not actually be gay. But I'm just like, aren't you the same studio that's Disney leader? Granted, I get Marvel is different than Disney leadership, but it's still the same leadership. But I'm like, aren't you the same Disney leadership that's currently blaming Lightyear for failing at the box office because of a same-sex kiss? Aren't you the same leadership that had Pixar edit out Inside Out between the relationship between Val and Riley because you don't want their relationship to be seemingly gay? You made them edit it to be less gay. I made a whole video about that on TikTok and Instagram. You could take a look at that for more information. I'm not going to go into that here because I already made the video there. So go check that out there. But I'm like, aren't you the same studio? So I'm like, which one is it? Are you for representation or are you not for representation? Because you're pushing this narrative, and granted, it's the actors, but the studio is approving of it. You're pushing this narrative that is very gay friendly, but then at the same time, you don't want there to be gay things in your property. So I'm just like, I'm getting tonal representational whiplash with your studio. But with that said, getting into the mystery element of the show, we still don't know who Joe Locke is playing. Right now in the show, he's listed as teen. Most people, myself included, suspect he's playing Billy Kaplan, the son of the Scarlet Witch. At least in the comics, he's Billy Kaplan, William Kaplan, because, you know, Billy is short for William. In the show, he's Billy Maximoff, because Wanda's last name is Maximoff. But in the comics, really quick synopsis, I'm not going to go into full detail, but Billy had her twins, William and why am I drawing a blank? Teddy. No, Teddy is is Billy's boyfriend. William and Tommy Maximoff, but then they ended up getting erased, yada, yada, yada. So then they were reincarnated into different parents. So Billy was born into the Kaplans, but he's still Wanda's kid. And then Tommy was born into the Shepherd. So his last name is Billy Kaplan and Tommy Shepherd. So they have last names, even though they're the children of Wanda. Comics is complicated. So they're probably not going to go, I don't know if they're going to go that route of saying, I don't know. But anyway, most people suspect he is the child of Wanda Maximoff, Wiccan, but we don't really know who his character is playing. Like, there's a moment where Agatha, and if you've seen the trailer, you saw this, there's a moment where Agatha asks him, what's his name? And there's like a magical seal that pops over his name where he can't say his name. He's like, my name is, It was 4 syllables, so if it's Billy Kaplan, 4 syllables, so most people think that's who that is. Or it could be Nicholas Scratch, who is Agatha's son. And so, or it could be Mephisto. Well, that's 3 syllables, but I don't know. But who knows? We don't know who he's playing, but most people think it's Billy Kaplan. Most people think it's Wiccan's son or Wanda's son, but we still don't know. So getting the mystery of that is intriguing. And then just this whole witchy element of getting to meet these witches and getting to see more of the expansion of the magical universe within the Marvel universe. And then also finding out, because Agatha doesn't have her powers. And then also all these other witches, they don't have their powers either. And then also Billy Kaplan, Wanda's son, supposedly in this show, he doesn't have his powers either. So the main premise of the show is for them to go to the Witch's Road, which is this very dangerous magical realm, for them to get their magic back. And we don't know, like, where's Billy's powers? Where's everybody else's powers? And then what is the Witch's Road? So getting on this journey of mystery is interesting. It's intriguing. And then the things that they introduced in the show, which I'm not going to go into because, again, this is a non-spoiler review. I'm interested. I really like this show so far. I'm actually surprised because I thought I was going to hate it, to be perfectly, not hate it, but I thought I was going to watch the first 2 and I was just going to be like, eh. But after the first 2 episodes, I'm like, oh man, I can't wait for episode 3. I wish we got to see the first 3 episodes, because for WandaVision, when I got this early screening, I got to see the first 3 episodes, but I only got to see the first 2 this time. But at least this time, I only have to wait a week, because next week is episode 3, as opposed to if I got the first 3 episodes, I would have to wait like several weeks, because 2 episodes are dropping, then episode 3, and then eventually episode 4. So at least I only got to wait a week. But yeah, I'm really interested in Agatha All Along, and I can't wait to find out the mystery of especially who is Joe Locke playing. And then also, if he is playing Billy Kaplan, will we see Hulkling, his eventual husband, in the comics? Is that who his boyfriend is playing? I doubt it, but we'll see. But with that said, after you get to see the first 2 episodes of Agatha All Along, what did you think about Agatha All Along? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below. If this is one of your first time checking out one of my videos, hopefully you check out the other videos on my channel. If you like what you see, hopefully you hit that subscribe button. And do me a favor and like, share, comment, interact on this video for the all gay. If this is one of your first time checking out one of my videos, hopefully check out the other videos on my channel. If you like what you see, tell your friends, families, and neighbors about my channel to help me continue to grow. And hit that bell notification button so you're alerted every single time I post a new video. And as always, I will catch you guys next time. Down, 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 down the Witch's Road.